When you think of countries or cultures influencing the Rio Grande Valley, certainly the U.S., Mexico, Spain, even France, and Japan come to mind. Cameron County Historical Commissioner Jean Fernandez explains in this week's Throwback Thursday.
We are in a setting that would have been fairly typical, believe it or not, in the Rio Grande Valley for the first 20 years of the 20th century. There was a program that extended back to the Emperor of Japan, the Meiji Empire, that actually told the Japanese citizens that they should go out in the world for a couple of reasons. There was a food shortage as well as there was a land shortage at that time, say, in Japan. So they wanted the Japanese to go out and colonize the world. The first wave of these Japanese immigrants to the east settled in Hawaii. And then that was about 1885. Then they went on to California and then to the rest of the United States. Understandably, throughout their plight, there were difficulties. There were terms like the Yellow Peril, and of course the ethnic difficulties with the population in the United States, thinking that they were going to take their jobs. But they soon gained a lot of respect here in the New World, say. The Japanese were prolific workers. They were very adept at farming, as they had been back in the old country. And the Rio Grande Valley comes into this picture in a very significant way. There were 3 colonies in the United States that were like communes on the thought that it was an agricultural community. One was in Boca Raton, Florida. The other one was in Livingston, California. And the other one here was in southmost Texas, just south of Brownsville. It's called a Yamato colony. And they were extremely good farmers. The 2 points of land that the Japanese immigrants to the valley inhabited or took over and bought and farmed are very significant in our history. One is the Santa Maria plantation up the river. The second one would have been in the region of the Brule plantation. The Shimotsus bought the Santa Maria plantation, about 2,000 acres of that. And those particular people are still farming in that region today. A lot of people in the valley that grew up here in the 50s and the 60s and so went to school with Japanese immigrants into the valley. Apart from the Orientals that came into the valley here, you had other nationalities from Eastern Europe and Western Europe that settled here. One was out at Boca Chica Beach, and it was a Polish colony, Kopernik Shores. Another one was up near Mercedes, and that was called Heidelberg, settled by Germans. Do you see how the colonization efforts spread throughout various cultures in the world and centered on the valley? These immigrants into our part of the country from the turn of the century on up to now lent very, very much to our culture. They gave in ways that put their fingerprint on the land, and the rest is history. For KVEO News, I'm Eugene Fernandez.